Imagine this, all right? You're studying, right? And she invites you to have a study at her place, and you go like, oh, who else is coming? And she's like, it's only us. What's happening here with Steven Crowder?
Bot Chewy said Steven Crowder getting trolled by H3 and Sam Seder. There is this guy who's like extremely disliked on the internet. I think he even got banned on Twitter or something like that.
I wouldn't say disliked. This is like, it's just divisive. You know, people will obviously have, they don't have a 50-50. I do have a 50-50 opinion on him, but most people don't.
H3H3 Ethan Klein called out Steven Crowder for being a coward after the political talk show host left his podcast early. To the surprise of many, Klein organized to have a debate with Steven Crowder, host of the Louder with Crowder political show. However, shortly after beginning the podcast, Klein invited Sam Seder to the debate, host of The Majority Report.
I mean, let's be honest, right? If you consider the troll or whatnot, let's be honest. You invite me to a fucking party, right? Is it just gonna be, or imagine this, all right? This will be, I guess, relatable to a lot of people. A girl and you're studying, right? And she invites you to have a study at her place, and you go like, oh, who else is coming? And she's like, it's only us. You go like, holy shit, my time to move, right? You get there and you see like, oh, actually my friend came out. I actually invited my friend. It's a bamboozle that, you know, would make you go like, you know what, I don't want to study anymore, because you already knew the fucking, who you're fooling, right? You already knew the fucking, you know, subject and stuff like that. You just wanted to see if you could get some, you know, it's a, you know, it's a bamboozle, man. It's natural for someone to be like, you know what, this is not what we agreed to, I'm out. Like a lot of people say the word troll, but sometimes it's not troll because it's not funny in a way that, you know, bamboozling someone just because, like, it's like someone saying like, haha, I fooled you, telling you that you had a bug in your shirt. Like, oh, that's not funny. Just not funny. It's not that it's wrong, but it's not funny.
Saying, hey, I'm going to debate you.
Yeah, you wanted some drama. I didn't even know what kind of troll was it actually. Like inviting someone else. I got that part. But what kind of that is supposed to be the funny part, where he's like, oh, you're a troll, son, you know, because some trolls are really good. But that doesn't seem like a troll. It just seems like something that would make someone uncomfortable to talk in a certain situation, and they dip out.
And then peeking behind him, you peek behind freaking Sam and be like, coward, how come you're not going to talk to him? And you're like, dog, I came to talk to you, and now you're hiding behind someone else, and you're calling me a...
Yeah, I will, absolutely. I'm gonna echo what Omni here is saying, man. Absolutely. How can you call him a coward and you're staying behind someone else and like, talk with this guy? You're not talking like that. It makes me believe that Ethan would get fucked in it. Like, when I saw this whole thing, when I saw Steven Crowder react to what Ethan Klein said, I was all about like, and people saying like, oh, he's not gonna do a debate with you, dog. All I could think of is like, there's no debate to have here. Like, Ethan, seriously, I don't want to hear Ethan talk. I also don't want to hear Steven Crowder talk with Ethan, right? Not that he's a god or something like that. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't seem like a productive debate. Even though I wouldn't say like, stop it, don't do it. If it's what's gonna happen, then that's not a debate. That's just it's not a troll, because I mean, a troll would be a funny thing. It's just a bamboozle, man. You're just basically switching it up and bring something that wasn't disclosed. I don't.
Podcast to descend into chaos.
Yeah, I mean, Ethan is not really in a good. He's been on a spiral, right? Not considering the frenemies thing. Like, he's absolutely on the right, in the right when it comes to that whole business. But I mean, Ethan Klein thinks that a lot of things that he does are more impressive than what they actually are, you know. Wish we could, yeah, there you go. And Kevin, exactly what I think, you know. I wish we could go back to the H3H3 glory days, where the guy actually made really good commentary and reacts and stuff like that, and it was productive, it was relevant. And now he's the kind of guy to be like, hey, let's have a debate, dog. Let's have a debate. Let's talk like men. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna put someone else in front of me. Like, no, dude, that's what the fuck. That's not even a funny thing to do, because it's not that it's fucked up. I'm not saying that with that intention, but it's just not funny. It's just, there's no punchline in that thing, you know. There's nothing there that would make anyone go like, ha, get pranked, son. Unless you're 12 or something, that's not gonna be, you know, anything good. H3H3 podcast made him a snobby douchebag in turn. I don't think it was the fact. Like, I think podcast was a result of him becoming a douchebag rather than the opposite, you know. Once he realized, like, I mean, although the H3H3 podcast is, or the H3 podcast, at some point he realized, like, I couldn't make so much money with such low effort content. And that's not bad, as long as you admit it and you go like, hey, listen, my life is too chaotic for me to continue H3 productions or something like that. But that's not what happened, you know, and he just became a better old man, to be honest. Like, I don't know what else how else to describe him. Just, unfortunately, a lot of YouTubers fail at that. A lot of YouTubers fail at being better every time, like every year that passes. Like, they're just going through a rough time. They're not becoming irrelevant, but because they don't understand how to manage those emotions, they become absolute douchebags and entitled to everything because they feel like that's what's going to recover their glory days. Only a few were able to recover even when they had some crises, like some rough patches like PewDiePie and stuff like that. You know, Angry Joe, for example, is a channel that I really liked ever since it was created, and even now. Maybe a few changes still happen, of course. Even PewDiePie changed in the regard, and maybe to some people it was bad changes. But I think they change it in an ethical way, and they're still pretty interesting and relevant, right? But some people fail at that, and I think Ethan is an example of that. Can't understand anyone.
You got it. You got it. I hope you have a wonderful highlight.
Plus, you need to consider that Steven Crowder is also, like, he made this thing, like, announcing, oh, we're going to be discussing Ethan Klein. So he talked to his fans to, hey, tune in at this time. We're going to be live streaming with, you know, on a podcast with Ethan, right? They are expecting something. It's pretty fucking shitty to pull that fucking move to arrange something, and then Steven Crowder's fans are in this position where, okay, I thought we were going to watch Ethan and him talk. That's the whole purpose of why I'm here, because I hear Steven Crowder talk all the time. But now it's going to be Sam Seder, whatever the fuck. Like, that's not what I came for. Like, you know, that's I don't fuck with that. That's just, again, the troll, if it was funny, I would be like, yeah, that's pretty funny. But this is, I don't know, man. There's just someone ditching a deal. That's not funny to me. Doesn't have a lot of entertainment value, honestly.